Good evening. Welcome to the Zoning Board of Appeals meeting for Tuesday, November 29th, 2011. We have a few simple procedures that we follow here. Once we get to the public hearings, I will read the appeal into the minutes. The applicant will then come up to the table, tell us what they want, why they want it. The burden of proof is on you to give us a hardship if you're looking for a variance. Some of us up here may have questions. Once we are done, we will open it up to people out in the audience if they have any questions. First is the review minutes. Did everyone read the minutes?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Anyone have any changes?
I did not.
Okay.
Make a motion to approve?
Sure.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed? Okay. We have two bills that need to be signed. One is for next month's meeting, and one is for two members to attend a training seminar. Take them both at the same time. All those in favor? Or actually, I need a motion to approve.
Move that we sign the two bills, which are for how much?
The seminar is $60. The legal notice is $60. The seminar is for $361.
Nope, that's switched.
It is switched?
Yeah, should be the other way.
Wrong stickies.
Where's the seminar?
It was the one you attended as
The
well.
seminar.
The CPC.
Oh, the one we did?
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Let me amend that.
We need
The
to-
seminar is for $60, and the legal notice is for $361.
Move to accept.
Second?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Anyone opposed? Our first hearing is the continued hearing of Syed Sohi for 56 Howe Avenue. It's a special permit, an expansion of non-conforming structures. Yep.
You betcha.
And do you want, just let them know about the four-member board, so they have the right.
Yeah, just so you know, we only have a four-member board here tonight. Who's not sitting?
Fred is not
Fred,
sitting.
okay.
Oh, Dale.
Do you want to skedaddle?
Okay. Oh, this is from a continuance? Okay.
There's only four of us here tonight that were here for the beginning of the hearing last month. So you need to know that
Excuse me?
it's a special permit, correct?
Yes, so it's still
So it's
four.
Oh, no.
Still four votes.
four votes. So it would be 3-1. It still is.
No, you need you need
full
four.
You need full four
Yes.
on a special permit? Okay. Yeah, you would need.
Chairman,
Yes, sir.
I don't know if it's true or not, but I know it is on the planning board. If it's a short board, it's the proponent's right to not be heard and wait for a full board.
I believe we do.
That's correct. They can choose to go forward
Yeah.
or,
Okay.
Yeah, so there's only a four-person board here tonight, so if you get one no vote, it will deny your appeal. Whereas with a five-person board, it would take two no votes. So you have the option, if you want to wait till next month, we can continue it again. Are we still okay on the time limit,
yes.
in the time frame? We can continue it till the next hearing, when we would have a full board. Or you can take your chances with a four-person board.
Take the chance.
Okay. My name is Othman Karis with Alpha Omega Engineering. I'm here with Mr. Tayyab for this project. We were here last month for the proposed addition, and the last time the board asked us for a copy of the building plans.
Right.
If you have it. And as you know, that project was approved before by he had a permit on March 28th from the building inspector, and then they found that he needs a special permit. These photos are basically the addition what was done so far before they told him to stop work order.
Okay, you understand what some of the issues that we have here?
Yes.
In the past, this has been used as a multifamily house where it's not zoned for multifamily, and we have concerns that it would end up being multifamily again.
Yes, and he's been working with the town, and the building inspector right now is monitoring the project. It's been converted back to a single-family house.
Yeah,
I think,
they have been came by, take a look at it.
Melvin also looked at
Yeah,
the
can you state
project.
your name for the record, please?
I'm sorry?
State your name for the record.
Say it, SOHI is my last name.
Okay.
I had concern with all the entrances and exits on the property.
Yeah. He's willing to close some of the entrances, based on the recommendation from the building inspector.
If that helps.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
that
shouldn't be an
definitely
issue.
does help. You know, again, we want to make sure that the house is maintained as a single-family house.
It will be, definitely, yeah,
Yes.
because we already applied and we have the floor
We
plan.
know
They
the-
came by, they saw
The
everything.
meters have been removed.
Gas meter, yes,
Right.
water meter, and as well as electric as well.
Okay. Anyone else?
Just a clarification, if I may. We're not encroaching any deeper into the front yard setback than the existing plane of the house, correct? It's about 14 feet,
It's
Whatever it is,
exactly-
yes.
give or take, and it should be 30, but it's already a non-conforming use. It will be a single-family home?
It will be.
Everything I'm going to report exactly, going vertical, we're not doing anything horizontal.
And it's about 150 square feet,
But
and it's going to be used as a living room? Is that what I,
altogether, yeah, expanding the living room, yes.
expanding the living room? Okay. I'm good for now.
You're good? No?
So you went from a three-family house to a one-family house.
Two-family, right?
Two family.
Well, there were 3 gas meters and 3 electric meters, so
No, never had 3 gas meters.
then how did they take 2 out, 2 electric meters?
No, there was only 2. They took the whole 2, and then they gave us a brand new one. They took the whole unit out.
So they can start a new account, I believe.
I don't understand, okay.
I guess that's the install's
Okay,
policy. They don't use the old meter. They take the whole thing out. Right. Then
Okay,
they give us a brand new meter, yeah.
okay, now you're planning to move in with your parents, is that
Of
correct?
course, that is correct.
And how many people is that?
5.
5. You didn't ask for an in-law apartment.
No,
You just asked to have an upstairs and a downstairs.
it's just going to be a single family, yeah.
And this is, it's a similar use, but less restricted, you know. One family, similar to what it was, but less restrictive than it was, which falls in with what special permit is.
Correct.
Okay. My concerns have mostly been satisfied. I went and looked, and I walked in most of the doors. They're very pretty, but they don't go anywhere.
Right.
One goes into a shed. One goes into a stoop that then goes into the living room. One's up 3 feet. Then you go upstairs. I did not go into the new living room, but I went into the rest of it, and it seems to be in order. It seems to be a one-family house. If it's going to be a one-family house, and this is a special permit, I'd like it to have a sunset provision so that if this family moves out, the next family has to come and talk to us, if that is at all possible.
I spoke with the building inspector this morning, and that's not possible as part of the conditions.
Okay? Why, it's not reasonable?
Correct.
Let me ask you,
Because they would be, if the home was sold, it would be sold as a single-family home.
Okay?
the other question I have is, can we put in conditions to remove entrances or egresses based on the building inspector's?
In discussions with the building inspector, she actually prefers more doors
I
than
know she does,
than
but
required.
I don't want to leave as many there. I'd rather have that at her discretion, I guess.
Right. I think that would be her discretion
Right.
when she's approving the building permit.
But how many entrances and exits are there currently?
4.
4, yeah.
2, 3, 4,
Okay.
5, 6.
I
And
mean,
one
if
in
you
the
wanna
basement,
include-
7.
If you want to include the sliding doors,
It's a door.
That's a door,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
oh, is that right?
All of it.
Okay. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4.
I have no
6.
problem as a one-family house.
I don't either.
In terms of what? Leaving,
Most everything.
okay. Well, typically that's how I am too.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't like it before, but I went to look at it.
Okay.
And if we're all being honorable and reasonable,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a one-family house, I don't have a problem with it.
Okay. Anyone in attendance wish to be heard on this? Please state your name for the record, sir.
Bill Monahan, 55 Howe Ave. My concern is just the past history of the home.
Mhm.
If it's going to become an owner-occupied, which it has not been,
Right.
which has always been one of our issues,
Mhm.
my concern is the living room is really going to become a bedroom,
Right.
and it's going to have a larger capacity.
That's what we're dealing with. That's, yeah.
So I mean, I think that's the concern of the neighborhood. Will it be a rental or will it be an owner-occupied?
And you are planning on living there?
They're planning to, yep.
Yeah. The representation is he's planning on living there.
Can the board put any conditions on that it has to be owner-occupied?
No.
No.
No, that we can't do. Anyone else? Yes, ma'am? Please state your name for the record.
Marion Sears, 60 Hill Avenue. I have an issue with the stairs going to the upstairs. If it's going to be a one-family, what are your thoughts on removing the staircase and the landing?
Again, I'm going to leave that to the building inspector's discretion. It'll be in our decision, up to her discretion on what should be removed. Typically, you like as many entrances and exits as possible in a structure in emergency situations. It's not a bad thing to have one on the second floor for that reason. So I'm reluctant to order them all to be taken out, other than the minimum, for that reason. They're already there. But again, the issue that you have, which is the same as your predecessor, I forget your name, I'm sorry, had, is making sure it's a one-family, a single-family house. I would just say, if you have any thoughts that it's not a single-family house, report it to the building inspector at that point.
You have to take him for his word.
Right. Anyone else wish to be heard? Anyone else want another bite at the apple before we close it?
I'm fine.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, there being no further questions or comments, we'll take it under advisement. You'll be notified of our decision.
Thank you so much.
This is part of the deal.
You're in charge.
Okay. Okay. Our second 6:30 hearing is to hear the appeal of Sunoco Site Enhancement Services, 6001 Nimbus Parkway, South Bend, Indiana, for a variance to the Town of Shrewsbury zoning bylaws, Section 7-E, in the Commercial Business District, to allow the replacement of 2 existing signs with 2 LED signs upon property located at 524 Boston Turnpike. The subject premise is described on the Shrewsbury Assessor's Tax Plate 34, Plot 26. Please state your name for the record.
Good evening, members. My name is Mike Rivera from Site Enhancement Services, 6001 Nims Parkway, South Bend, Indiana. As you mentioned, representing the Sunoco gas station at 524 Turnpike Road over there, Boston Turnpike. Sunoco is in the process of going through a campaign where they are replacing all their manual price reader boards with a digital LED reader board. The location on Boston Turnpike has 2 freestanding signs. I've got some artwork here that I can show you guys.
As long as you're willing for us to keep it.
Thank you.
So as I mentioned, they're going through a campaign right now where they're changing all the manual price point freestanding signs to digital LED price points. Looking through this artwork here on page 2, you see you got Boston Turnpike with our site. We've called out both locations of the freestanding sign, A and B, as well as a site plan on the next page. Flipping to page 4 there, you will see the existing sign, which shows 51.96 square feet, has the 3 price points for the regular, the plus, and the plus 93. And then we also show the proposed changes to that sign, which will be LED price point, same square footage, 51.96, dropping from the 3 price points down to the 2, which is their new standard. We just call out the regular and the ultra, 93. And this will be the same for both freestanding signs, A and B, located along the same frontage. Code allows for this property to have an aggregate square footage of 2 square foot per lot frontage line along the highway there, which we've got roughly 260 feet of frontage, so we're allowed just over 500 square feet for signage. All we're looking to do is just replace the existing square footage we've got with the new brand. The only issue is, which is why we're here tonight, is the fact that our sign could potentially change the price points more than once every 24 hours, which is what code allows.
Right.
So we're here respectfully requesting the ability to have that.
How often do you typically?
I mean, I wish I could say we never changed them,
Yeah.
but
No, but just
it goes
generally,
with the
you know,
market
you
need.
would- How often does it happen?
It just fluctuates with the market need. I'd say maybe once every couple of days. If gas prices drop, we obviously need to drop it. The intention is not to change it more than once a day. Hopefully if it does, it's going down each time, which is better for everybody involved. But, if we can't change the price, say if something happened and we needed to change the price and we'd already changed it in that 24-hour time period, that puts that at a distinct disadvantage to our competitors. So.
Okay, and the signs don't do anything else but numbers, correct?
Correct. And they're changed on the inside of the building. So the associate inside the gas station will punch in the number. It'll instantly change outside, so it's not a slow transition to the new price. They change it and it's instantly changed.
Okay. Anyone have any
I have
questions?
a number.
What's that?
I have a number, but they're not all related to zoning.
Okay.
Do you have any inventory at this site?
I do not.
Do you maintain any inventory?
I don't have that number, the numbers of the signs out there personally,
Well,
no.
what I'm thinking is, if there's inventory, the inventory in the tank is an older price or a different price. Should it automatically change
No, it would
with
not
that
change
same
for that.
tank? Yeah, but you're saying it can't.
I don't follow what
I
you're
have a
asking.
problem with that. When I was in your business,
Okay,
I bought 1.2 million to 2 million gallons of product at a time.
okay,
And I shipped it from New Haven or Providence to my site. So I had bought this at one price, and I had the inventory at that price. Now, my plant didn't make that much product in a month, but I bought that and I traded it off. So what I'm saying is, if you have an inventory, the inventory in the tank belongs to Sunoco, wherever that might be, and has a price. Why does it need to change?
The only time the price would change would be based on the market needs. So if prices of oil
Market.
dropped, yeah, if prices of the oil dropped.
So it has nothing to do with cost.
As far as I know, no, it does not. Based on the market needs of the gas prices and oil prices would be when our price points would change.
Okay. And I know that you trade product, so you really don't need as much product as well, you trade product. So I never know whose product I'm getting. I know what the standards are. Is it
Correct.
87 or 89? To me, it sounds like giving you 2 times to make love to me is more unreasonable than giving you 1 time a day to make love to me. There is no reason for the prices to change within a 24-hour period, not ever.
I mean, and it could be the same thing for...
You're the messenger, I'm not going to kill you, but...
Yeah,
But
I understand.
I would argue differently, because if the guy down the street's lowering his prices, you want to be able to respond.
Oh, well, that's a different thing, that's market.
Yeah, that's what he's saying.
Okay, that's market.
Yeah,
But based on cost,
but that's not what they're making their decisions.
they're not making the decision based on cost. There is no more cost.
Right.
It's all traded product. And I still don't see why we need to change it.
Because you're at a disadvantage from someone who would...
Yeah, you're at 12-hour disadvantage.
Right.
Can I ask a question?
Sure.
In the past week or two, how many times have the price changed more than once in a day?
I don't have that number off the top of my head, but from where I'm from, I'm not from out here, but I'm from Indiana, I haven't seen the price points change more than once in a 24-hour period. Maybe once every 2 to 3 days.
So was there really a necessity? And
There's not a necessity, but there is a distinct hardship if something were to happen to the economy, or, you know, like you said, the guy down the street changes his prices drastically because we just changed ours. That puts us at a distinct disadvantage, so.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes, go ahead.
well, one is a comment. I just want to make sure we're clear that from all this that you've handed to us, you're not changing the square footage of the existing signs, you're not changing their placement. You're
Nope.
just replacing the price part of
Correct.
each sign with a digital display.
Correct. They're just popping out the existing panels and putting their new reader board up there.
Okay, and currently, if you needed to change the price within a 24-hour period, you had to take a ladder out there or something?
Correct. Either a ladder or somebody with
Okay.
one of the long arms with the numbers.
Okay, and you would do that because the guy down the street changed his.
Correct.
So.
So it's really no
big deal.
different than what they've
Right,
been
it
doing.
actually is just making this easier for you, and you're now using technology that you want to take advantage of.
Correct. Especially moving into the winter season, you run into it being more dangerous for somebody to get out there and change the price points in the snow, and you can get snow that builds up on the numbers and makes them harder to read.
Okay. So I understand the intent of the appellant here. I have a question for Kristen.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I'm
ahead.
taking the floor. What is the, if we know it, the intent behind the not changing the sign within a 24-hour period? What's the big deal?
I think more of the intent is a CVS or a Walgreens that has the flashing, scrolling signs. That's
Annoyance?
It's
distracting.
distraction
And
to
dangerous.
drivers.
And dangerous,
So that
right.
was the intent of that portion of the bylaw.
Okay. Okay. That's helpful, thank you.
Go ahead.
I just have a couple more questions, if I might. When you change the reader board, is that a whole different sign? I mean, if we have a 100-square-foot sign, and it changes once a day, you have 100 square feet of space. But if you change it 2 times a day, is that 100 or is that 200?
That's the
It's just,
question
it's
for
the
us.
same sign.
The
It's
size of the
just
sign's not changing, it's just the content of the
point is-
material.
Yeah, it's the same square footage.
Okay. I'm done.
You're done? Sir, you had a question?
No,
Could you state your name for the record, please? Could you state your name for the record?
Rod King, I manage that location that this gentleman's representing us for, and your question was, in the past 2 weeks, how many, we've not changed the price more than once a day, and it's been every other day or every third day, not twice a day, and I've been there a year and 9 months, and I think I've only changed it once, twice in one day.
Thank you. Thank you.
My other question is, the reader board, is the operator going to be in charge of it, or can it be operated from a remote location
It would be operated from inside the location.
only?
Yes, that's the intent, is it's controlled on the inside of the gas station. Whenever price changes, based on the market needs, they will change the price.
So you would have no problem with the decision relating to the fact that the price is changed internally without some other hearing? Because I don't want a guy in Indiana pressing the buttons because he doesn't know what the market is here.
It would be controlled from inside the gas station.
Okay. As I told you, my questions have nothing to do with
You're just a
with
gas
zoning.
man.
I'm just asking for trouble.
No, I'm all set.
I'm all set.
Anyone else in attendance wishes to be heard on this? Okay, there'll be no further questions. We'll take it under advisement. You'll be notified of our decision.
Okay, you just let us know then?
Or you can call the building inspector tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Or if you want,
Or you
hang
can
out
wait
here.
till
You
tonight
can wait here
and
for
watch
another
the
hour or
vote.
so and watch.
Okay.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
Broke my heart.
6:45.
I'll
Okay.
tell you something after.
Moved away from me.
Okay. Hey, Lisa.
I didn't do it.
Want to swap seats with Mary Beth?
Sure. I know, Mary Beth can give a copy of the file.
There you go.
So you don't need
Ooh.
it.
Hi, Mary
Right
Beth.
there.
You're back.
School Street.
Okay, our next hearing, this is first 6:45 hearing, is to hear the appeal of James Kavanaugh, 14 Haskell Street, Shrewsbury, Mass., for a special permit to the Town of Shrewsbury zoning bylaw, Section 4-B, to allow the reconstruction of an existing garage 4.7 feet from the side property line and expanding the garage 216 square feet, no nearer to the property line, in a Residence B2 district upon property located at 14 Haskell Street. The subject premise is described
Thank you. Yeah, we
on the
can,
Shrewsbury Assessor's Tax Plate 22 as Plot 155. State your name for the record, please.
Yes, James M. Kavanaugh, 14 Haskell Street here in Shrewsbury. The package that I gave out just a minute ago was a summary of the background of the garage. I think as you go through the packet, I've included the original plan, the pictures of the existing garage to show you the need that I have to replace it or repair it. But just in terms of the background on that cover sheet that I have there, the original structure was a 12 by 18 structure built over 50 years ago, the door opening of about 8 feet. We've never been able to use that garage. We've been there since 1975. We've never been able to use the garage as a place to put our car because the car that we have, if we put it inside, you'd only have 2 feet on both sides to get in the garage and then 3 feet on both sides to open the doors. So it made it almost unusable that way. Even before the ice storm, there was a safety concern about the building itself leaning a little bit toward the property line. During the ice storm, a large branch hit the corner of the structure, and there's a picture of that damage done also at the back of the package I gave you. Certainly, I think that added to the instability of the structure. I think at this point, I've talked to potential builders, and they looked at the garage in its current state and felt that it was not salvageable, that something major would have to be done to it. In the existing position, the structure is in a non-conforming status because it's 4.7 feet from the property line. To move it the 10 feet from the property line to go further into the property, I think if you go to the surveyor's plan, it will show you that there's very, very little room to do that for 2 reasons. First of all, the back setback from the back line is just about 40 feet, 6 inches roughly, and getting narrower as you go further into the backyard. And it's only about 11 to 12 feet maximum from the dwelling. So it gave me very little limited options as to what to do with the garage. So everyone was saying that I have to take it down, and therefore I would lose or take a substantial amount of it down, probably the roof as well as 1, possibly 2 sides. And by doing that, I'd lose the non-conforming status, the grandfathered clause. At the same time, I was hoping to build a garage that in fact would be a garage that could house the family car as well as things like the snow blower and things like that, which I can't really put inside it at this point. So the request I'm making is that we're allowed to not change the amount of the garage that's within the non-conforming status, that I'm trying to leave it at the 4.7 using that footprint as it is, but then extend it to make it a larger garage by extending it only into the backyard property. So what I was trying to do is limit the impact to any of the neighbors and at the same time solve the problem of having a garage that we could in fact use as a garage.
To expand this garage, are you going to expand to the existing house and not to the side yard?
It'll be into the side yard, not to the house. I would be keeping the setback from the house, but the existing 11 to 12 feet that I currently have. So it would not be attached to the house.
So are you going to increase the size of the garage and decrease the side yard setback at the same time? Is that what your plan is?
It's to keep the side yard setback exactly as is and only increase the structure. I think if I went to the maximum that the plan shows from the surveyor, it would be a maximum of a 12-foot extension into my backyard, but not decreasing the setbacks at all.
But you're expanding to the rear, which doesn't need a variance.
I'd actually be expanding to the right. As I enter my driveway coming this way, the property line is to the left that I'm 4.7 feet from. What I'm hoping to do is move it into my backyard, almost behind my house, so it's away from the property line, but it's also not getting further to, closer to the back property line.
Got it.
Okay, so you're not changing, okay. Okay. Anything else?
No.
Okay. Mr. Gordon?
So to keep the non-conforming, you have to leave something up, a wall or something. Is that what it is?
I didn't realize that that was a fact.
Let me double check. I don't believe that that's the case, but let me double check.
At least in the discussions I've had so far, it was if I took down a certain portion of it, I would lose the non-conforming automatically.
Or use the same footprint, I think. It has to use the
Same foundation.
Same foundation.
Same footprint.
I should be careful on that. Same footprint, is that the same as foundation? Because I might have to redo the foundation.
No, footprint and foundation are different.
No. No.
Like it is
But I do believe, as long as you're not increasing the nonconformity,
Right.
and you're making it less of a hardship for yourself, because as you say, it'll fall over right now,
Right.
I think you're allowed to do that.
Well, it's not a variance, it's a special.
No, it's a special permit.
So he doesn't have to prove a hardship.
No, but the problem is if you take the structure down totally, then you
Yeah,
lost the
then-
non-conforming.
Yeah.
The
And then-
existing non-conforming
And then he's
aspect,
not
and
within
it's a
10
variance.
feet, right?
Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
so
I always thought I was using the same
footprint.
I
Footprint.
think that's right.
At the closest
what I
point to
thought.
the property line.
Right, that's what I thought.
Yeah, but footprint as opposed to foundation hole.
No, footprint.
Footprint, yes, yes. We're all agreeing on the same thing.
Yeah, we're in section 4D. A building destroyed or damaged by fire, explosion, or other catastrophe, which I would say that the ice storm is a catastrophe, may be rebuilt or restored at the same location and again used as previously provided, that said owner shall apply for a building permit and start operations for restoring or rebuilding. So,
So this is a restoring.
Ice storm caused it.
Ice storm did
But he wants
it.
to
God
increase
did
the
it.
size.
That's for
you can
sure.
increase the size if it's not more than 50%,
Yes.
which it's not. He's just showing that he may be increasing it up to 50%, and he's not increasing the nonconformity of the structure, so we're all set.
And it's obvious that his neighbors are happy because none of them are here.
Oh, they are?
And I spoke to one.
Yeah, they,
Oh, they
We
are.
have some neighbors.
I spoke to one today, and he was very happy with what you're doing. And I can't speak for them.
Anyone? Mary Beth?
Mary Beth?
No, no comment.
I'm all set.
Well, say- Anyone in attendance wish to be here? As long as you're here, state your name for the record, please.
Julie Ross, 18 Haskell Street. My husband and I are here basically to show our support for what he wants to do.
Perfect.
Makes perfect sense to us too, and as it's leading toward our house.
Oh, yeah.
So, no, that's fine, we have absolutely no
like
problem with
pizza.
what he wants to do, we just want to be on the record for that.
Thank you for coming. Okay, anyone, yes, sir, state your name for the record.
12 Haskell Street, and I don't have any issue either. I live on the north side of this gentleman here, so
Okay,
no problem.
Nice neighborhood.
that's even better than no people showing up.
Yes.
Anyone else wish to be heard on this? Okay, there being no further questions or comments, we'll take it under advisement, and you'll be notified of our decision.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Next, new business. 6 High Ridge Road, request for withdrawal, which I am recused from. You're here.
And I didn't sit for this, right?
Doesn't matter.
Oh,
You can
okay.
stay.
No, this is just
It's just,
Just a withdrawal?
new business.
Oh, okay.
Vote on the withdrawal.
Can I ask a question in regards to this withdrawal?
Sure.
Is the withdrawal for the pool still being built within the side yard and rear yard setbacks, or is it just to abandon the project altogether?
My understanding is that the initial request was to withdraw the variance, to not have that decision on record of the property. In speaking with the building inspector, the owner of the home, I believe, still would like to move forward with the pool. I do not know personally if they're going to be trying to seek another variance within the 2-year period, is why they're requesting the withdrawal, or if they're going to be seeking the pool within the setbacks, similar to another proposal that we heard this year. So I do not know personally what their main goal is.
All right, my feeling on this is,
Maybe we want to explain it to the people who haven't been here, if there's a letter to read, the letter that was sent.
the folder for High Ridge,
It's there.
is it here?
Ready to vote. That's minutes.
I don't think
I
we
don't
have a
see
copy
that.
of the letter.
No, that's why I'm asking him to read it, so everyone can.
Oh, okay, I didn't hear that part.
I believe it was a letter from the attorney's office.
Who was that, Ravelli? I don't see it.
Yeah, you have, yeah. Is it that first one? Yeah.
Oh, here it is, okay, sorry. I'm going to just read the letter that was sent. Please be advised that I represent the above-named petitioners. This is from Ravelli and Ravelli, in their application for a variance from the rear yard setback requirements for an in-ground pool, and appeared before the board on October 25th, 2011 meeting. On behalf of my clients, I respectfully request to withdraw the application and the requested relief sought therein. Thank you for the consideration, and if you require any further information to assist you in making your determination, I am available at your convenience. So to me, it sounds like they're abandoning
That appeal.
the appeal.
We must have approved it, right?
No, we denied it.
No, we didn't. Just the opposite.
No?
So
Okay.
I'm going to ask for a vote on whether you want to approve the withdrawal or let it stand as is. All in favor of the withdrawal?
Can I just add one thing before there's a vote? If we approve the withdrawal, they can come back for a variance if they wish within a 2-year period, or they can abandon the project, or they can build within the setbacks. If we do not vote to accept the withdrawal, that means that I issue the decision denying the variance proposal, and they cannot come back for another requested variance for the pool within a 2-year period.
Okay, so I'd like to have a vote on this. To approve,
Do you need a motion? I make
Yeah,
a
right.
motion to approve the withdrawal request for 6 High Ridge Road.
all in favor?
I second the motion.
All in favor?
I'm in favor.
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
Aye.
Well, it
Okay.
fails then, because it's got to be unanimous, doesn't it?
No, it doesn't have to be unanimous because it's not a special permit or a variance, it's
okay.
just a new business item.
Okay.
So the withdrawal has been approved.
Approved.
Correct.
Okay.
You're
Yeah.
right.
Let them fix it.
Yeah.
Other new business, I guess this is all you.
So the report on the CPTC vested rights and non-conforming uses and structures. Lisa, Mel, and Peter went to this conference. I heard it was great. I just wanted them to give a short 2 to 3 minute synopsis to the board, if there's anything that they should be aware of or you learned that you thought was interesting, just so the rest of the board members are informed.
I'll say that anytime Barbara St. Ange gives a seminar now, I'm going to go.
Who is it?
Yeah, it was
Barbara St. Ange, an attorney. She works with Judy Barrett a lot and that. She does mostly the other side, well, our side. But she prepared for it. She brought it out. She spoke to it beautifully through the whole period. None of us fell asleep. And I think all of us were extremely interested. I've been to several of these, and they're not all this good. I ended up with a better understanding of non-conforming. Okay, and I would praise her for her time and the energy she obviously spent.
Yeah, I agree. It was really comprehensive, but didn't drag us down. There were 2 separate handouts, one, for the presentation, and then the other was all this background material of case law, which was really helpful if you wanted to delve down into it further. But it was about vested rights and non-conforming uses, and the first part was just what property owners have, what their rights are when we, the town, changes zoning on them, and they already have a piece of property within that. And she went into detail about that, which was really good. What happens when lots need to merge when the zoning, we go and change our zoning, what rights do the owners have? And then there was this whole section on non-conforming in section 6. That was really interesting that I didn't know about. And I have questions actually for you, Kristen, later about that. It was really pretty good. Peter?
Same as above.
And I have the packet from Mel, so I will scan it tomorrow and make sure everyone has a copy electronically if that's the preferred method.
Yep.
Yeah, my main question really was section 6 findings, where that actually is done, when those things might come before us, that kind of thing.
Okay.
Thanks for supporting us to go.
Absolutely.
They're good training.
Price was right.
Yes, $60, right?
Oh, and they paid for our parking. It's the first time I've ever been to
And
one
they
where
had
they paid for the
cookies.
parking.
Even better.
Wow.
Great.
Where was that now, Union Station?
Union
Yeah,
Station,
that's
yeah.
nice.
It was good.
And Lucy
It's very
Arnold's
good.
was open that night. You were able to have a snack before we went upstairs? Or I was.
Yeah, you were.
I don't miss many snacks, if you don't notice.
That was really good.
Yes, it was.
I'd like to go to another one.
Great. We'll keep the board informed of further educational opportunities. The next item is the conflict of interest online test. So back in 2010, obviously the state changed the open meeting law and the ethics section. So I believe most of you took the online ethics test and then submitted your signature form to the town clerk. I know that Mary Beth and Lisa, we've sent the link to them to do that test and issue it to the clerk. I've been working with Sandy Wright to get a spreadsheet together of all the board members when they were required to retake the test. It's every 2 years. And then each year we actually have to sign that we've read the ethics section. So stay tuned for when you're up to take the test again if you haven't taken it already.
Can we give anybody any hints?
But you can take the test as many times as it takes
Oh,
to pass, which is a little ridiculous.
And now we're on to old business.
Old business, the variance and special permit discussion. I think I just left off last time on the actual procedures of submitting a special permit or a variance and the decision timelines and timeframes. So I didn't really feel the need that we had to go into that in detail. Just wanted to discuss with the board that we've had a lot of pools come forward requiring variances for rear yard setbacks, and some actually do have specific topographic, slope, shape, soil issues, and others are just, we want to put the pool in the backyard, we don't have access to a beach or another pool. So that's one of the issues that I've been talking to Patty about, is do we actually change the zoning to allow for the rear yard setback to be relaxed to 10 feet, or something else? She and I don't believe that we should relax that regulation, but then there's also other things that come before the zoning board a lot of
I
times
think
that are
sometimes the
regular
issue is
items.
Noise.
Correct.
In theory, before the pool's up, the neighbors don't realize that it's going to be noisy.
Yeah, it's very.
But why are we less strict for an above-ground pool than we are for an in-ground
The
pool?
motor's not as big.
The what?
The motor is not as big. For cleaning, you know, the
Filter.
Filter.
And also,
It's not as noisy.
it is the same restriction for a large above-ground pool. It's the smaller above-ground pools that have the 10 feet.
I thought it was 10 feet
It's
for all the...
different.
no.
It's
Where-
a
where does
different
it stop?
restriction for two different
Where does
sizes.
it change?
Is it?
I don't think it is,
don't
actually. I
think
think
it
it's
does.
above ground or in ground.
Above ground is above ground,
No.
I thought.
I think the other item is that it's easier to take down
Yeah,
an above-ground pool.
Oh, kick it
than
in the side,
is
that comes down.
So here, above-ground swimming pools greater than 200 square feet, but less than 500 square feet in surface area may be erected in a side or rear yard setback, not less than 10 feet from the lot lines. In-ground swimming pools and above-ground pools exceeding 500 square feet. You're right, Lisa.
So it's the
Thank you.
same, yeah.
I don't know if we've
Should be
ever
not
had
less than
one. Have we ever
20.
had one that big?
Yes, they
I think
do.
it's the size of the motor. I think that's...
Well, it's that as well, right?
Yeah,
It is,
the
and
filter.
and
I
the
don't think
whole.
anybody ever heard my filter. I don't think that's a viable reason. I don't know what the reason is, but the filters now are extremely quiet. Yeah, and most people either put them in a plastic shed or whatever, and I don't think it ever annoys your
Maybe
neighbors
people
unless you
noise,
don't let them use your pool.
It's people noise, and it's also decking. The smaller above-ground pools don't require any, you just lock your ladder.
Right.
So 10 feet isn't too restrictive, but larger pools or in-ground need the cement.
And I'm just
decking
using
or
pools
whatever.
as an example. I've just been trying to train the board about topography, slope, soils, and shape.
Right,
and
why we're
going back to
not-
the hardship
That's
and
right. The
requesting
issue is
the
if there's no
hardship.
hardship, why should we be granting?
Exactly.
And I know in the past, we've typically done that, but...
Have we?
How many
Yeah,
pools-
until
how
I
many pools
showed
are you a
up.
member of, Mr. Gordon?
I believe that people have the right to use their land to the fullest,
Within
so
the
long as it
zoning.
complies.
Within the zoning bylaw.
And exactly, so if we
It's
we
like
think
we're
the
picking and
zoning bylaw is a bad idea, we should
I don't pick and
make some
choose.
suggestions.
In the past, we have. We've given a lot of leeway on swimming pools in the past. And I think if you would look at it, stepping back, I would say we were picking and choosing.
I don't think I ever
Fair.
voted against one, so how's that picking and
Right.
choosing?
There you go.
Then you've stood your ground. I've stood my ground the short time I've been here.
I listened to that again today. You're
Those-
you're standing your ground.
Me standing my ground?
Listen to yourself, you're on TV.
Oh, okay.
You go to Shrewsbury Media,
Yes,
and you put up the date,
and I can
and you
listen to myself.
scroll back and forth, and you can listen to yourself.
And I do stand my ground,
Sounds
right?
like Mel's done
You
this.
did.
But I think the point is if we're seeing something coming before us and we think that it's unreasonable over and over again, then we should seek to change that
The
through the
bylaw,
zoning
right.
bylaw process
Exactly.
and not let it go. If we're seeing something come forward and it's legitimately a hardship, granting that variance, if it's not moving forward with the decision.
I can't argue with that, I'd like to, but I can't.
Anything else?
I'm done.
Correspondence. We got a letter from is it West Boylston or Boylston? It says Boylston.
It's in the very back.
It says, but it also says West Boylston.
It is West Boylston. It is West Boylston.
But the owner, I believe, is in West Boylston, but the decision was for the
No,
Boylstons.
the town of West Boylston.
West Boylston.
Yeah.
This one's
Town of
Boylston.
Boylston.
Yeah, I know, that's wrong.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
It's the town of West Boylston.
What is
Just
the
advising
letter?
us of the decision.
The decision.
Of what?
I don't have it.
Why are they advising us? What was,
I don't know, because they generally only advise the planning board of those types
Yeah.
of things, so I'm not sure why we got it, but we felt that because it came in the mail, you should be aware of it.
okay,
Okay.
duly noted.
Usually, on the planning board end, decisions that are submitted are circulated to the surrounding towns' planning boards, so they're aware of other decisions in other communities.
What was that related to, Ron? What does it say with it?
A parcel of land at 10 Evergreen Street.
And it's not abutting Shrewsbury,
I
or
said,
it has
does it
nothing?
abut Shrewsbury?
No, we looked in the
That's
map.
Boylston,
So-
right? Interesting.
It's nice of them to notify us.
You might want to look us up online.
Okay, 56 Howe Avenue.
Okay. That's not me. Peter, you want to come up here?
I'm okay. You can stay there.
Okay.
Yeah, 56 Howe.
Biggest authority in the state, Ron.
I have no problem with
Did
it.
anyone,
That's how we have as long
I would
as-
still like to put in the decision at Patty's discretion.
Right.
Discussing 56 Howe.
Is that, are you okay with that?
With 56, as a
Put in-
single-family house?
Single-family house.
Yeah, and I
entrances-
saw that he was finally raking his lawn and cleaning up in the
Okay.
back there.
He's living there now.
So long as it's a one-family house, I have no problem.
But I want to put a condition in, entrances and egresses per the building inspector's discretion.
Leave it
Patty
for her
wants-
decision.
Leave it for her, if she wants to.
She's the enforcement
Yeah.
officer anyway, so.
I'm concerned, he'll live there for a year and have 4 families there a year from now.
I don't really see that as an onus condition, but I don't see a reason for it.
Well, just the history of the property is the only reason.
How do we define entrance? By way of, let the
Anything that
building
goes from
inspector?
inside- Anything that goes from inside to outside, it's not a window.
Okay.
Sliding doors.
I'm just curious, why would that be in our purview to decide?
Because
Because
special
of past
permit.
history.
Because of past history. He's run afoul of the bylaws in the past by having a multifamily house where he shouldn't have had one. And I'm skeptical to some degree
Okay.
that it won't be that in the future. So I would like to, at Patty's discretion, if she thinks that one of those entrances or, they have to have a minimum amount based on code.
Sure.
So anything to the minimum and up to what he has now. If she thinks that something should come out, and he actually even said at some point he's prepared to eliminate one.
I think the way of looking at it, it's extreme, but if he decides to put an exit or an entrance off of this new addition, which is under the purview of the special permit, then Patty can enforce and say, no, you can't put
Sure,
that there.
sure.
That's just the extreme condition.
I just, again, I'm like with you on these, this is the first time
No,
I've ever...
I just don't see, I think we're making an enforcement nightmare.
Well, we're not. It's just right now while it's going on.
Well, you know what,
It is,
Ron?
should...
Yeah.
I think the abutters are
Well, the
watching it
butters,
pretty
the
good.
butters, the butters will be on the phone in a heartbeat.
Right, and I think they'll be the one policing what's going on there. So, I don't know if it's, we can still leave it up to Patty's
No, just leave
discretion.
it up to Patty. Yeah, I'm not saying to take any down. She may not take any down.
And if there was no history with this building in the
I
past.
would not, I wouldn't
right.
put it in there. The only reason I want it is because of the owner and the history.
Are we not dictating architectural features to the building?
No.
By limiting what we think is acceptable? Or requesting the building code enforcement to do or not to do, as opposed to the zoning?
That's well within our purview on the special permit,
Okay.
to be able to do that.
I would just like to grant it.
Yeah, I like the condition. I don't know.
I would go with the Patty discretion in the decision, just to,
Just give her the option.
That's fine.
It's just at the time of, it's not, once it's in, it's in. Once she's done, she's done. It's one bite at the apple for Patty.
and Patty's for as many entrances and exits
My
anyway.
conversation with her is she likes as many as possible. So I don't know that she'll do anything with it. But,
She'll have
like
that
what Kristen
tool.
said, I don't want him putting any more in there either.
I'm okay with that, and with saying it's single family.
Correct.
Okay. So it's the 4 of us, right, on this one?
Right, yeah, I'm part of this one, right.
Okay.
I'm not going to vote against you.
Okay.
All right, but I
In
think-
principle, you're opposed.
In principle, I'm opposed to that.
In principle, I'm opposed to it. But in this case, I will make an exception to my principle.
Okay.
Stand your ground.
Want to make a motion?
Make a motion to accept the special permit for the addition on Howe Ave with the two conditions of single-family dwelling and the building inspector's discretion of entrances and exits.
Okay. Second?
What zone is this? I'm sorry.
Single family.
So
That doesn't really-
R2 or, no,
B,
B1?
B1, I believe.
B1.
B1, so it is single family.
Yeah.
It's a single family? Yeah, I'm fine.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Guess I could have abstained.
Next. 524 Boston Turnpike.
I vented my passion.
Okay.
Yes,
I don't
yes,
have any
man, we
problem
heard.
with
And there was nothing I said that
I
had
normally-
anything to do with zoning.
I have voted against less than, I think, once an hour. Is it once an hour that we've gone as?
I don't know, I wasn't
forget,
here.
yeah.
so-
Yeah, that's a
But-
little off, too much.
But it's, I don't mind it in this one. It's not a flashing
No.
sign.
Twice a day is not a
Doesn't do
problem.
anything but
Helpful.
numbers.
No, it's not a problem.
And the manager says in the past, he can't even remember a time when they've changed it, but I guess they just want to have the option in case
Sure.
market does,
Sure.
Fluctuate.
yeah.
As a consumer, I just want to be kissed.
Yeah, we heard that. Bit more.
The manager will call and say I said the wrong thing.
Yep.
56 Howell Ave has been unanimously approved. Okay, anything else to discuss on this?
No, I'm fine with this.
I think they did their homework. I think it's
Anyone make a
fine.
motion?
I have my Price Dropper card. I'm all set.
Make a motion to approve the, is that a special permit?
No, this is a variance.
Variance for the signage on
524 Boston.
524 Boston Turnpike.
Second.
Okay, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Yeah.
14 Haskell Street, Mr. Kavanaugh, special permit.
I think it's a nice neighborhood, and I think
Yeah,
what he's
he
doing
had
is
neighbors show up.
improving it, yeah.
Finally get to use his garage.
And he'll finally get to use this garage.
I think he had enough hardships even if he needed it.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
Even if he
this
needed a variance.
no-brainer.
Continuation of a non-conforming
Yeah.
use.
And he did a very
Anything you wanted
thorough
to
job.
come, yeah, yeah.
Okay. Motion?
Make a motion to adjourn?
No.
No.
Oh,
Had a vote, man.
I thought we already had.
No.
Make a motion to approve the special permit for James Kavanaugh, 14 Haskell Street, a non-conforming structure.
Get a second.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
We're done now.
I gotta get the opinions back.
So go.
Sorry about that. Hey, Kristen, are they going to make us soon start signing these in blue?
I haven't heard anything from the
Because the Registry of Deeds makes
I always do
sign
blue.
things down there. What?
I do blue.
We haven't gotten any returns when they're at the registry for signatures. Yeah.
That blue or the
Yours is
red?
pink.
It's red.
Love it. That's yours.
524 Boston Turnpike has been unanimously approved. Yes, let me get that one back.
It's coming, it's coming.
No, red.
Oh, no, that would be, I think that's
No,
fine.
red's against the rules, I think.
Red is
Yeah.
Oh, it
against
is,
the rules.
that's too bad.
Sorry.
And actually,
Purple?
in the old days, blue
Black
was
and
good.
blue.
Well, blue was good in the old days because there weren't colored copiers.
Right.
So you know what was original. Doesn't matter anymore.
7:30. I didn't get to go for my cup of coffee, but I think I'm going to go for something else.
You are in rare form tonight, now.
14 Haskell Street has been unanimously approved.
I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Anyone opposed?
Now, our Delilah Dilemma. Tonight, Delilah's Dilemma is from Morgan, who says, I have a dilemma for you. It's not really that important. It's not a matter of life or death, but you know how people get dramatic around the holidays. So I'm trying to avoid that if possible. Here